Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, so let's jump straight into it. Los Angeles Lakers play the San Antonio Spurs tonight at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. One of those home games. One of those home games that's likely going to start 10 minutes after it's scheduled to. It's just how it works. So be prepared for the Lakers anywhere between I'd say 7:39 and 7:41. It's probably when tip-off will actually take place. But we're playing the San Antonio's team that's missing some key guys. Obviously, Wemby is out for the season, and now De'Aaron Fox is also out for the season. So you don't have to worry about either one of them dudes. But you do have to worry about some very key players. So we will talk about all of them. But let's get into the injury report first. As we mentioned, Fox and Wemby out for the season. Charles Bassey out tonight. Jordan McLaughlin is going to be a game-time decision, and David Duke Jr. is likely a game-time decision. LeBron James is out tonight, but Trey Jimison's a game-time decision. Rui Hachimura is a game-time decision, and Maxi Kleber is out. So that is really good news for us getting potentially Rui back. And, of course, Jimison, who's been out with some type of sickness of some sort. I don't really know what's going on there, but he is expected to be a game-time decision day-to-day right now. So, yeah, that's the latest. It's great news, and hopefully that will be them guys playing. We could use our team getting healthier, especially since we had dropped 4 games before we beat the Suns yesterday in the afternoon basketball game. That was really entertaining for us Laker fans. Probably not so entertainment for the for the Suns fans. But we had a big game out of Luka. Austin played very well. Jackson Hayes made his return, played excellent right out the gate. It didn't even look like he had been battling no injury. So we're really happy with just the overall production that we found yesterday, and in outshooting a very poor shooting Suns team that did out-rebound us. So we're going to have to work on crashing the glass tonight to assure that this San Antonio team doesn't do that. The Lakers have had moments at a time this year where they've done a good job beating teams that they're supposed to beat. But as of late, we've had some issues with that. Utah, Hornets, Dallas Mavericks before the Luka trade. We've lost some games we had no business losing. Philadelphia as well. They were missing a lot of guys. So this is one of those games that reminds me of that. We're coming off a back-to-back. We played well these last 2 games. Even though we didn't beat Denver, we felt great about it. And this is a trap game for the Lakers to make either a stride in the right direction to continue winning games we're supposed to, or start feeling themselves a little too much, take their foot off the gas, and then ultimately get beat like we did against Dallas, particularly when they were missing so many stars. There's still a lot that San Antonio is going to throw at you tonight, and so we need to be on absolute guard. Let's get into what San Antonio's been doing as of late. I'm going to work my way from the furthest 5th game behind and work forward, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So on the 9th of March, they played the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota did beat San Antonio 141-124. Very high scoring game to say the least. The team stats are as follows. 53 and 95 was the field goal differential, 55% for the Minnesota Timberwolves, 47-85 for 55% for the Spurs. The Spurs shot 11 of 30 from the 3, 36%, and the Minnesota Timberwolves hit 21 threes off 42 attempts for 50%, of course, there. That's really good shooting for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota only missed 1 free throw, 14 to 15, and San Antonio 19 to 24 for 79%. Minnesota also won the boards there, 42 or 36. 14 offensive rebounds for the Wolves, 11 for the Spurs. And Minnesota had a lot of assists, 38 assists to 26 there. 7 steals for Minnesota, 8 for the Spurs, 4 blocks for the Minnesota Timberwolves, 3 for the Spurs. Both teams were comparable in their turnovers. 13 turnovers for the Minnesota Timberwolves, 19 points off those. 12 for the Spurs, 17 points off those. 9 fast break points for the Minnesota Timberwolves, 5 fast break points for the Spurs, and 62 points in the paint for Minnesota and 68 for the Spurs. So they did win there. At one point, Minnesota was up by 24 points. The Spurs did not capture the lead in this game. Pretty balanced scoring for the Spurs. Stephon Castle, who looks like he might be the rookie of the year at this point, 7 of 15 from the field, 6 of 9 from the free throw line, missed 2 threes, 20 points, 1 steal, 4 assists, 7 boards, 4 of them offensive rebounds. So you got to keep him off the offensive glass. He is an extremely confident player right now who has a lot of defensive intangibles. Offensive is growing. So Stephon Castle is probably I would say he's their most important player right now. He is their most important player right now, even though he didn't start in that particular game against Minnesota. He's definitely somebody you got to be very careful with, especially with now De'Aaron Fox out of the fold. Speaking of Fox, Fox had 22 in this game, 3 assists, 8 of 12 from the field, 4 of 6 from behind the arc. Still was a minus 23 though, but you ain't got to worry about him out there at all. That's good for us. Keldon Johnson's been playing well. He was really, really impactful in the highlights of all 5 of the games pretty much. We'll see what the stats tell us. 6 of 10 from the field, 0 of 3 from behind the arc, 13 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. Blake Wesley's getting minutes. Filled up the box score pretty good in small ways. 2 points, 1 steal, 3 assists, and 1 board. Plus 8 on 1 or 2 shooting in 9 minutes. So that's a lot of production for him. He really does need a bigger role in this league. Probably somebody teams should want to target if they want to booster their bench and have some upside growth. I think Blake Wesley is somebody who definitely should be getting more than 9 minutes in this NBA at this point. Underutilized player in my opinion. Jordan McLaughlin, 2 of 3 from the field, 1 or 2 from behind the arc in just 5 minutes of play. Jeremy Sohan still struggling to come back from injury. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's not looking nearly as good as he did in the first half of the season. 2 of 5 from the field, 5 points, 1 steal, 3 rebounds. Be careful because he's due to play better going forward, and he has been back from injury for a little while. It wouldn't shock me at all if this is a big night for him. Not at all. Julian Champagnie, or is it Justin? I never know. It's Julian. Julian's the Spurs. Justin's with the Wizards. Who just beat the Nuggets a couple days ago as we continue to poke at the Nuggets in regards to getting beat like that. That was fun to watch. Julian Champagnie, 1 of 7 from the field, 0 of 4 from behind the arc against Minnesota. Not good. 4 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist there. Mamoushvili, I don't think I'm saying that right. 8 points, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds on 4 or 5 shooting. He shot very well. He was also pretty impactful in these highlights. Devin Vassell's been on a tear. 13 points, 1 block, 2 steals, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds. 4 of 8 from the field, 3 of 5 from behind the arc. Devin Vassell tends to play very well against the Lakers. We need to be very aware of that. He is more than capable of going off, and expect for him to tonight against the Lakers. He always does. Chris Paul, tried and true, 7 points, 7 assists, 2 steals, 1 rebound. He's also going to have a lot of minutes out there tonight. He's always somebody you have to take very seriously, to say the least. This is Chris Paul. It is what it is. Bismack Biyombo having a resurgence of his entire career with the Spurs. He's playing some of the best ball he's ever played in his life right now. 5 of 5 from the field, 10 points, 4 rebounds. And Harrison Barnes also playing pretty well. 15 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds on 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 5 from the 3. The Minnesota Timberwolves won the game, of course. So we got to talk about them. They had Julius Randle went for almost a triple-double, 14 points, 10 assists and 7 boards, 5 of 14 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. Jaden McDaniels, 7 of 12 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 16 points, 2 steals, 7 assists, and 4 boards. Rudy Gobert had 16 points, 2 steals, 2 assists, and 8 rebounds in this one on 7 of 8 from the field. Very good game for Rudy, plus 18. Mike Conley, 13 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, plus 17. 4 of 8 from the field, 3 of 5 from the 3. And Ant-Man, 10 of 15 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 25 points, 1 steal, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds on a very efficient night for him. Naz Reid, 8 of 15 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, 20 points, 4 assists, and 7 boards, 2 blocks as well. Big game for Naz. Dante DiVincenzo also was 4 of 8 from behind the arc, 6 of 10 from the field, 17 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 3 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from behind the arc. 10 points, 1 steal, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds there. And that's pretty much what was relevant. Terrence Shannon and Rob Dilley still not getting any minutes for the Minnesota Timberwolves, which is really frustrating for me, but I'm sure they'll get some minutes someday down the road for some team, if not for the Minnesota Timberwolves. So anyway, that's the gist of the game there. San Antonio just, they didn't have enough to go up against a very, very high-powered Minnesota Timberwolves team that's pretty much beating all teams right now. They have a really soft schedule for the rest of the season, too. So be aware that the Minnesota Timberwolves could potentially end the season basically in the standings where we're at. The way they've been winning and the way that schedule looks, I don't expect them to lose too many more games for the rest of the NBA season. Just being honest. So that's enough of that. The next thing that I had to endure was 2 straight highlights of the Dallas Mavericks. I thought that was especially cruel since I've been complaining about how I hate watching highlights of the Dallas Mavericks while they're depleted. We talked about this for 2 games straight because the teams that we last saw the Dallas Mavericks too. San Antonio had a back-to-back with Dallas. So that was just like something evil that I had to deal with. But to be honest with you, the first game that they played against Dallas was actually very fun to watch. The highlights of. They did lose that game 133-129 did the Spurs. And the team stats tell us that the Spurs shot very well, 52% from the field, 49 to 92, and 41% from the three, 17 to 41. Lots of threes launched in this one. The Dallas Mavericks 48 of 88 for 53%, 12 of 38 from the three for 31%. Dallas got to the line 30 times, hit 27 of them for 90%. And San Antonio missed 10 free throws. Hopefully they do that tonight. 58%, 14 of 24. So that's a thing there. The rebounding total 40 for the Mavericks, 38 for the Spurs. 10 offensive rebounds given up for the Spurs, 12 given up for the Mavs. 29 assists for the Spurs, 25 for the Mavs. 6 steals for the Spurs, 5 for the Mavs. 2 blocks for both teams. The Mavs had 11 turnovers, 14 points conceded off of those. And the Spurs only had 9 turnovers, 15 points conceded off of those. 9 points in the fast break for the Spurs, 5 for the Mavs. 64 points in the paint for the Spurs, 62 for the Mavs. So this was a very interesting game overall, very back and forth. But the Mavericks ultimately won the game despite shooting worse from behind the arc. They just continued to pound away and they hit their free throws, unlike the Spurs, and that was the difference. I keep telling y'all, if you don't hit your free throws, you could lose games like this. If the Spurs shoot well from the free throw line, they don't lose this game. And for all the good things that the Spurs did, you hate that for them, but it is what it is, man. Najee Marshall's on a tear right now with all the minutes given. 23 points, 1 steal, 3 assists, and 5 rebounds on 8 of 16 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3. Kessler Edwards had a really efficient basketball game, and he did it in the way that we keep pointing out. 9 of 12 from the field, 0 of 1 from the 3. See what I'm saying? You limit your threes, get in there with your twos, Bronny James, and you're going to have efficient games like this. 22 points, 1 steal, 3 assists, and 11 boards for them offensive rebounds. You know, this is what's happening in in Dallas. They are playing people that never in a million years would get these opportunities consistently. You're seeing Najee Marshall and Kessler Edwards getting 35 minutes a night, and they're earning their keep, and they're getting better. That's all that's required in this league for certain players, and they're just not getting those opportunities. Can you imagine if Blake Wesley was in this Dallas rotation getting 35 minutes a night? Like, these are things that you just don't get to see. You know, so we continue talking about it. The Klay Thompson of the world, he had 26 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds on 3 of 8 from the 3, 8 of 14 from the field. Dante Exum, who's now out for the season, another player went down with the Dallas Mavericks as if they hadn't had enough injuries. 4 of 9 from the field in this one, 2 of 4 from 3, 10 points, 1 assist, and 2 rebounds. Get well soon, Dante Exum. Our guy Max Christie, 4 of 15 from the field, 2 of 11 from the 3. That is not the Max Christie I like. 12 points, 1 steal, 5 assists, and 4 boards. That's awful, Max. That's awful, family. Dwight Powell, 4 of 5 from the field, 9 points, 3 assists, 6 rebounds. Martin made his debut in this one. Caleb Martin, I believe it is. Is it Caleb? Yeah, it's Caleb. He had 3 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist, and 1 of 1 from the field. Also had a block and a steal in this one. And Spencer Dinwiddie had a big game. 9 of 16 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3. Hit all his free throws, all 6 of those. 28 points, 1 steal, 6 assists, and 7 boards in a winning effort against the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs, however, in a losing effort, had some good playing guys too. Harrison Barnes played great. 12 of 14 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3. 29 points, 8 rebounds, 1 steal, and 1 block. Be careful with him for sure. Bismack Biyombo, quiet night there, 1 of 1 from the field, 5 boards, 1 assist, 1 block, and 3 points. Chris Paul, 6 points, 9 assists, 1 steal, and 2 boards on 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. De'Aaron Fox, 6 of 13 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, 14 points, 8 assists, and 4 boards. Devin Vassell shot pretty well, had Kobe Bryant on his numbers, 24 points, 1 steal, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. 10 of 22 from the field, not great. 3 of 8 from the 3, not great. Keldon Johnson, this is a big game for him. 10 of 16 from the field, off the bench. 4 of 6 from behind the arc, 28 points, 1 steal, 5 rebounds. Let's see. Stephon Castle had 14 points, 2 steals, 6 assists, and 5 boards on 4 of 12 from the field, 2 of 7 from the 3. And that's pretty much what's relevant there. Julian Champagnie did not shoot well, 1 of 5 from the 3, 2 of 6 from the field, 5 points. And Mamouche Kalashvili, 3 points, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds for Mamouche. So that's really what it is, man. You got to hit your free throws. If you're going to beat these teams, no matter who you are, you miss your free throws, you can do a lot of good things and still lose. And that's exactly what happened to the San Antonio Spurs. You miss 10 free throws, you lose by 4. Period. Next game, of course, against Dallas as well. The Spurs had to turn around and see Dallas. Turn around and see Dallas on a different floor that they had down there. They just, had to just do this again. Let me see where we're at. I don't think I'm looking at the right one. I don't want to make the same mistake I made last time. Okay, in this one, it was 126-116. The Spurs got their get back against the Dallas Mavericks. In this one, they shot 53% from the field, 50 of 49, to the Dallas Mavericks shooting 55% from the field, 45 of 81. Spurs shot 11 of 35 from the 3 for 31%, not great. 13 of 32 for the Mavs, 40%, a little better. This one, the Spurs hit their free throws and won the game. Voila, 15 of 16, 93%. Dallas missed their 4 free throws, 13 of 17. The Spurs crushed on the glass in this one, 47 to 31. Had 13 offensive rebounds and limited the Dallas Mavericks to only 3 offensive rebounds. Yeah, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose if you can't get second chance opportunities. You're gonna lose. You can shoot better and all of that, but you need to get more than 3 offensive boards in an NBA game, Dallas. I tell you that. 32 assists for the Spurs, 30 for the Mavs, 11 steals for the Spurs, 8 for the Mavs. The Mavs did not have a single block in this game. Don't see that too often. And the Spurs only had 2. This wasn't exactly a Wemby special, that's for damn sure. 18 turnovers for the Mavs, 27 points off of those. 16 turnovers for the Spurs, 27 points off of those. Neither of these teams played great transition defense at all. 29 points in the fast break for the Spurs, 19 for the Mavs. 66 points in the paint for the Spurs, 52 for Dallas. And that's pretty much it. Both teams had double-digit leads at one point, 15 for the Spurs and 11 for the Dallas Mavericks. So let's see what the box score tells us. Dallas Mavericks in a losing effort actually had 6 players in double figures. The high man being Brandon Williams. He's also a guy getting a lot of minutes, opportunities, and stuff like that. 6 of 12 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. 19 points, 2 steals, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds for Brandon Williams. Spencer Dinwiddie had 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. On 5 of 10 from the field, 2 of 3, 2 of 4 from behind the arc, Dwight Powell only missed 1 field goal, 5 of 6, 11 points, 4 rebounds there. And Caleb Martin had 7 points, 3 assists, 3 boards, 3 of 8 shooting from the field, 0 of 2 from 3. Max Christie had another poor shooting night, 2 of 6 from 3. Didn't attempt anything else. Max, you got to get to the line. Get to the rim, bro. The last time you playing so great for the Lakers, you got to the rim consistently. I don't know what's going on there. 6 points, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 4 boards for Max Christie. Especially when the Spurs ain't blocking no damn shots and you ain't going to the rim. What are we doing? Dante Exum, 17 points, 1 steal, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds there. 12 points for Klay Thompson, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds on 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 4 from behind the arc. Dante Exum only missed 1 field goal, 6 of 7 from the field, 2 of 3 from behind the arc, by the way, for Dante. Kessler Edwards only missed 2 shots, 2 of 2 from the 3, 6 of 8 from the field, 15 points, 1 steal, and 3 boards. And Najee Marshall, 15 points, 2 steals, 3 assists, and 3 boards. Now, for the Spurs, of whom we see tonight, 14 points for Harrison Barnes. He's on a tear, man. 6 of 7 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3. Bismack was 4 points, 6 rebounds, and steal and a block on 2 of 2 from the field, 17 minutes of play. De'Aaron Fox was 12 of 25 from the field, 2 of 7 from the 3, 32 points, 11 assists, 9 rebounds, 1 steal. Almost a triple-double for De'Aaron Fox. Not so efficient from the shot, but this was a big game for the Fox. Chris Paul, 9 points, 9 assists, 2 steals, and 2 boards on 3 of 6 from 3. Devin Vassell, 6 of 14 from the field, 2 of 8 from the 3, 16 points, 2 steals, 6 assists, and 10 boards. Jeremy Sohan had a better game in this one. 8 of 13 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 18 points, 2 assists, 7 boards. Keldon Johnson also chipped in with 18 points, 1 steal, 2 assists, and 5 rebounds on 7 of 9 from the field. No 3-point shots attempted for Keldon Johnson. We love seeing that. Highly efficient from the field. No 3s attempted. I love those type of games from a lot of these guys. Stephon Castle, 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 3 from behind the arc, 8 points, 1 steal, 1 assist, and 2 rebounds. And Julian Champagnie had 7 points, 2 steals, 2 boards on 3 and 9 from the field, over 3 from behind the arc. So that's what happened. The Spurs were able to actually hit their free throws. They had a big game out of De'Aaron Fox. They had some great bench production from Sohan and Castle. Harrison Barnes barely missed a shot. And that's how they were able to beat the Dallas Mavericks, who just didn't do enough of anything, really. They didn't block any shots. They didn't do much of what they needed to do to ultimately compete on this one, even though they had balanced scoring. Nobody really stepped out. And when Max Christie's not contributing because all he want to do is shoot damn threes, and we know damn well he can get to the rim like he did at Madison Square Garden before the trade, then, Dallas Mavericks ain't going to beat nobody. So that's really what it is. Spurs get that particular win. Next up, a classic mellow ball extravaganza. This was horrific. Just demoralizing in every way. LaMelo Ball was an absolute all-star in this game. 145 to 134 was the score. And let's get into the box score to be consistent. I mean, the team stats, rather. The shooting was crazy, y'all. I've never seen a team that's bad shoot this well in my life. 51 to 85 for 60% for the Hornets from the field. 26 of 46 for 56% from the three for the Hornets. They hit 26 threes, y'all. Now, it's just, I don't know how you keep up with that. And the Spurs shot very well, too. 48 and 95 from the field, 50%. 21 of 46 from the three, 45%. That's good shooting. Spurs 17 to 22 from the field. Free throw, 77%. 17 to 19 for the Hornets for 89%. The Hornets lost on the boards 34 to 36, and the Spurs had 17 offensive rebounds. It's a lot of good things happening with the Spurs, but my God, man, 42 assists for the Hornets, 27 for the Spurs, 14 steals for the Spurs, 7 for the Hornets, 5 blocks for the Spurs, 2 for the Hornets. 20 turnovers for the Hornets, 30 points conceded off of those, but they made up for it by just not missing at all. 14 turnovers for the Spurs, 23 points conceded off of that. Not so good transition defense, as we often point out. The Spurs had 1,000,000 fast break points, 27 to be exact, which is a lot in this league. 12 for the Hornets. Both teams had 46 points in the paint. Both teams fouled 17 times, but the Hornets at one point had a 31-point lead and only won by 11 points. But, LaMelo Ball, man. When he's shooting like this, there's no stopping that dude at all, man. He had 27 points, 15 assists, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal on 9 of 13 from the field, 7 of 11 from behind the arc. He kept bombing on him. And then Josh Green also had a massive shooting night, 6 of 9 from the 3, 7 of 11 from the field, 7 of 11 from the field. And then you had to deal with Nick Smith off the bench, 9 of 12 from the field, 6 of 7 from 3 himself for 26 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. He's coming along. That's going to be a good player, man. And Yusuf Nurkic chipped in with 14 points off the bench as well. 6 of 7 shooting from the field. Seth Curry, 2 of 4 from the field, 1-2 from behind the arc. You would have swear his brother was on the floor the way they were shooting. Myles Garrett did not shoot well. 1 of 6 from the field, 1 of 2 from the 3. 5 points, 3 assists there for Myles. DiBiase didn't really get a lot of minutes here. He did pull down 2 boards in 6 minutes of play. And Daquan Jeffrey shot pretty well. 3 of 7 from the 3, 7 from 3, 5 of 9 from the field for 13 points, 1 steal, 1 assist, and 1 board. Bridges shot 7 of 14 from the field, 2 of 7 from the 3, 21 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds for Miles Bridges. And then of course Williams, the center we could have had, didn't get 14 points, 1 steal, 3 assists, and 10 rebounds on a double-double there. Plus 14 for his team. Only missed 1 shot, 5 of 6. He's playing well, y'all. Look, I like the assets that we got back. I want to keep Dalton Connect. All of that's great. We really needed a center. Williams is playing great. So, for whatever that's worth, it just needs to be said. He's playing great. In the losing effort, the San Antonio Spurs, they did shoot pretty well. Harrison Barnes, 4 of 9 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 10 points, an assist, and a rebound. Bismack did not score tonight, did not even attempt a shot in that one. 3 steals, 4 assists in that one. Chris Paul had a quiet night, 1 of 3 from the field, 1 of 1 from behind the arc, 3 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. It's weird. Devin Vassell, 22 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 3 assists, and 3 boards on 9 of 16 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3. Stephon Castle got the start in this one, 10 of 17 from the field, 3 of 7 from the 3, 26 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 1 assist, and 3 boards for Stephon. Memush Kalashvili had 13 points, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 1 assist, and 3 rebounds. 5 of 12 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3. Julian Champagny, 4 of 8 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3 for 12 points, 2 rebounds. 2 assists, 5 rebounds. Sohan had 14 points, 2 steals, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds on 4 of 9 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. Keldon Johnson, 4 of 11 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. 12 points, 1 steal, 3 assists, and 5 boards for Keldon Johnson. McLaughlin chipped in with 3 points, 2 assists, and 2 boards. And Blake Wesley got some minutes and filled up the box score. 10 points, 2 steals, 3 assists, 4 rebounds, plus 7, 3 of 6 from the field, and 1 or 2 from the 3. So, yeah, in 24 minutes of play, Blake Wesley once again showing people if you give him 40 minutes a night, he's going to be a stud on both sides of the floor. I keep telling people. He's been underutilized his entire career. Man. He's been with the Spurs for, 5 years, and they can't figure out how to get him on the floor? It's a mistake. Get him out of there. Anybody, get him out of there. So, that's what I have to say about that particular game. LaMelo Ball was awesome. And the last game that the Spurs played in this week before this game tonight was against the New Orleans Pelicans, another high-scoring basketball game. 119-115, the Spurs did get the victory there. And the Spurs shot 46% from the field, 39 of 84, and 41% from the 3, 16 of 39. The Pelicans shot 46 of 92 for 50% from the field, and 12 of 35 for 34% from the 3. Pelicans did not miss a free throw, 11 of 11. The Spurs got to the line a million times more than the Pelicans, 25 of 33 for 75%. That's where the loss was taken. The Pelicans destroyed the Spurs on the glass, 52-37, had 12 offensive rebounds to the Spurs 8. They had more assists than the Spurs, 34-26. The Spurs did have 10 steals to the Pellies 2. The Pels had 3 blocks to the Spurs 2. The Pellies had 18 turnovers, 24 points conceded off of those. Kobe, and 10 turnovers for the Spurs, 10 points conceded off of those. 22 fast break points for the Pels, 19 for the Spurs, and then the Pellies destroyed them in the paint, 62-40. Free throw line, man. Free throw line. That's what this tells me. And to a point, if you're attacking in the paint and you're killing them in the paint 62-40, then how the hell are they getting to the line 33 times to your 11? That's I ain't gotta say nothing. You go. You get it. You get it. I know what happened to the Pellies in this now. I know exactly what happened to the Pellies in this one. All right, so Kelly Olynyk had 14 points, 1 steal, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds in this one. Pretty good game, 7 of 12 from the field. Bruce Brown getting back in shape, 8 of 13 from the field, 1 of 3 from behind the arc for 19 points, 6 assists, and 6 boards. Kid by the name of Carlo Matovic. Remember the Carlo guy we talked about? Yes, he had a double-double in this one. They're continuing to utilize him. 27 minutes to play, 6 of 10, 12 points, 11 rebounds there for Carlo. CJ McCollum, 26 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, 1 steal. He should have passed the ball at the end of the game. We always talk about this with McCollum. He decided to go for hero ball. They lost down the stretch because of him, once again, in my opinion. 10 of 22 from the field, 5 of 12 from the 3. I can't stand his game. You guys know that. Trey Murphy III, Trigger, 7 of 16 from the field, 4 of 11 from 3, 20 points, 3 assists, 6 rebounds, 1 block. Jeremiah Robinson Earl, 6 points, 2 assists, 8 boards. Mo Bamba's now with this team. He had 8 points, 6 rebounds, and a block on 3 of 3 from the field. Jose Alvarado, 3 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from behind the arc, 7 points, 5 assists for him. And Antonio Reeves had 3 points in 6 minutes to play. He hit a 3-point shot. And Jordan Hawkins missed all 5 from the field, 0 of 3 from 0 of 4 from the 3, 0 of 5 from behind the arc in 18 minutes to play. 1 block, 2 assists, and 1 board for Jordan Hawkins in a losing effort. San Antonio, the free throw shooters. Let's see, who all got to the line? That's what I need to know. Literally everybody. Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Julian, Keldon, Harrison. Everybody was balanced out. The refs were making damn sure they got those. 6 players in double figures. What's up with my math, man? 6 players in double figures. Harrison Barnes had 19, 6 and 9 from the field, 3 of 6 from behind the arc. Devin Vassell had 6 of 17 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3 for 22 points, 3 steals, 1 assist, and 5 boards. Chris Paul had 4 points, 1 steal, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds on 2 of 5 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3. Bismack had 2 rebounds and 1 assist in 12 minutes of play. Mamushkishvili had 4-7 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 10 points, 1 assist, and 7 rebounds. And Stephon Castle had 17 points, 7 assists, 1 steal, and 1 rebound on 5 of 15 from the field, 0 of 5 from 3. If I didn't mention Devin Vassell, he did not shoot well. 5 of 17 from the field, 4 of 9. I think I already mentioned him, but just in case, he had 22 and 3 steals, 1 assist, and 5 rebounds. I think I already said him, but just in case. Julian Champagnie, 3 of 7 from the field, 3 of 6 from behind the arc for 12 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. Jeremy Shohan had 14 points, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and 5 boards on a plus 11. 6 of 8 from the field, 1 of 1 from the 3. It's a very efficient game for him. And Keldon Johnson, once again, very efficient. 7 of 12 from the field, 3 of 4 from behind the arc for 19 points, 3 steals, 4 assists, 2 assists, and 5 rebounds. 2 offensive rebounds accredited to him as well. So that's really what it is for the San Antonio Spurs in this one. They did get the victory. They did get a lot of free throws, and that is the story that was told in the box score and the team stats. So, yeah, that's what's been going on with the San Antonio Spurs, man. They've been playing on very low difficulty. Everybody they've played against pretty much been a sub-500 basketball team with the exception of, Dallas isn't really, but they are running that type of stuff out there, to say the least. Minnesota, who blew them out. But, and they've been kind of putt-putting, man. I mean, losing to the Charlotte Hornets in a game like that, most people, we'd probably lose to Charlotte if they shoot like that, too. Cleveland probably lose to Charlotte if they shoot like that, to be honest with you. And, splitting the Dallas matchups, I mean, they're a tanking team at this point with their best players now out, turning their attention to basically giving the keys to Stephon Castle and Devin Vassell and just tell them to go. Keldon Johnson, just go. And that's what I expect them to do tonight, man. They're going to go as those guys go. It seems to me like Chris Paul's kind of taking his foot off the gas a little bit. It looks like they're weaning off of Bismack Biyombo minutes a little bit. So, they're turning their attention to letting guys like Sohan get more opportunities. Blake Wesley, of course. He's due for a big game, y'all. I've been calling this guy's name out all video long. He's due for a big game. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is the night that Blake Wesley steps forward. Mamushkishvili is also a guy who could play extremely well tonight. Harrison Barnes just continuing to be tried and true. Stuck in a bad situation, but still playing well within it. So that's really what it is for San Antonio. You still have to respect the talent they have on the floor. They still have guys that can go for 30 tonight. If they get hot, they can still hit a lot of shots. But we do have to take advantage of their weaknesses, and we should be able to get to the rim against these guys. They don't have a whole lot of shot blocking right now. They don't have a lot of on the boards at this point. They're not really killing it there. So we should be able to beat them tonight if we take this game very seriously. Obviously, we played yesterday at 12:30 in the afternoon, so it's a little more rest from a back-to-back than what you would normally get based on this game being at 7:30 tonight, but still our team needs to get rest. No travel, so that's good. But yeah, we're in the midst of a very difficult schedule, and this is probably the easiest game within it. So it's important that we capture this victory tonight against the San Antonio Spurs at all costs and try to buy some rest. Hopefully we can blow this team out so we don't have to play Luka and Austin too much. So hopefully Rui's back tonight. It would be great to see him start to get, ramped back up into our situation, work the rust off if it's gonna be there, and hopefully we can have him 100% healthy tonight and getting ready for the playoffs. So yeah, that's really what it is, man. Los Angeles Lakers. I'm so excited about us getting healthy. That's really what it is for me personally. I'm sick of our team not being healthy. We've had issues with that all season long. We went on a nice little stretch for a second and then started hitting the injury wall again. So now that we're starting to feel a little more health coming into the second half of this month, I just hope and pray that we can stay that way. Tonight, their Spurs will be wearing whites on our floor, which I loathe very much. And tonight we'll be wearing our road unis on our home floor, which I'm also not a big fan of. I don't actually love those jerseys a lot. I'd love for us to do a different thing with our road uniforms next year. That we got rid of the Lake Show jerseys, I'm curious to know if that means we also got rid of our alternate floor. I didn't want to get rid of our alternate floor, and I would love for us to have it on the floor tonight. Just at random, I felt like saying that. I don't think we should have gave away that alternate floor just because that jersey was a loser. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know of nothing that would, indicate that they're ready to use their alternate floor anymore. I don't know, but I do want to see it again, and I'd like us to add another one too. So that's really what it is, man. The injury report is pretty basic, man. Charles Bassey is out as we've already said. Riley Minix is also a guy who's out for the season. I don't know who that is. But other than that, there's nothing different on the injury report for them. And for us, the injury report remains the same. Hopefully, Trey Jemison will give it a go tonight, as well as Rui. Obviously, Braun is still out, and Maxi Kleber is expected to be out for a little while longer, too. So that's really what it is, man. Your Los Angeles Lakers, 7:30 here in LA. Second back-to-back in 4 days. Still got a rest day tomorrow. Then we have another back-to-back against the Bucks and the Nuggets, and we get a day off. We play Chicago, so it's a lot of games crammed together. I do imagine that we might want to shuffle some pieces around as it pertains to who plays and who doesn't, so that guys can get some rest. This is a makeup game for those who are wondering what's going on with this game. This is the one that should have been during the fires earlier in the year, so it wasn't initially on the schedule. For those of us who have our Laker games downloaded into our phone at the beginning of the season, this game is not on your calendar, which kind of threw me off because I scheduled something for the day, but because it's at 7:30, it ain't gonna hurt me. But yeah, that's really what it is, man. So this makeup game is important. We do want to capture this victory. We do have to keep in mind the standings and the circumstances. We're right now currently, I believe, at 5th place, battling with the likes of the Hornets and the Rockets, and of course the evil Denver Nuggets. And getting this victory tonight will help us a great deal, man, a great deal. So of course we'll have something for you at the end of this game. And as I look at the standings, the Rockets are actually in the 2nd place right now, tied, a 3-way tie with Denver and Memphis with 43-25 is their record. And we are behind those teams, a 1 game behind those teams. So we got to get this victory and add 1 to ours. We're at 41-25, and of course the Golden State Warriors and the Minnesota Timberwolves are tied behind us for 6th place. So yeah, those teams are hot on our tail. They're not losing anything really. 7-game winning streak for Golden State, 8-game winning streak for Minnesota, with a soft schedule for Minnesota. So we have to win basketball games to keep ourselves not only in the mix with ourselves above water, but to stay out of the play-in tournament game is going to require a lot. The Clippers are starting to get their act together too. They've won 3 straight. So we got to work, man. We got to work. This is a game we can win. This is a game we must win, and I expect for the Lakers to do everything they can to ensure they do win. BDL 44, I thank you all for watching. I'm out.